TV right now. Please remember, my agent is at Atlas, and they will probably own your company if I am just now finding out about it. Surprise! All material out of my mouth becomes my property the second I say it, and becomes my intellectual property. Right, Howard? Howard says, I don't know if intellectual's the word I would attach to. So, who else has a question? A delicious sandwich, by the way. You can't go wrong with Precht brand pressed chinchilla loaf. Tasty and delicious, and only 3 people have gone blind this year from it. And trust me, you'll get the squirts. I think that was actually their slogan, Precht. You'll get the squirts. Winky the toilet elf, for the longest time, was their mascot. Winky was sitting on a little bowl eating a sandwich, and it said, you'll get the squirts. Then they had to change it to something more tactful. It says, now I think it says, Precht. It'll open you up like the Czech Republic. I'm fairly certain that's the new slogan. Same people who make the Tug Brothers ball game wieners, they plump when you touch them. Same people that make panty pudding. Anybody familiar with the panty pudding? You pour the dry mix in the airtight sandy pants, you go for a stroll. 30 minutes later, you got the savory panty pudding. Now in butterscotch. Went to a trendy place last night. Howard, you would have been proud of me. Jack and Ginger, our friends, the Regans, got in contact with me and said, let's go to a trendy restaurant. You can imagine me in a trendy restaurant. We went to some place with androgynous waiters and waitresses. You couldn't tell. It's like I remember Jack looked at me at one point and said, "Is that a dude?" I said, well, you know, Jack, I don't know, but the service has been delightful. But the place was called Toenail or something, and the hamburgers were all just $75 and perfect meat, ground only from horses that have gotten to watch TV or cows. Cows. Toenail, they're not allowed to serve the Precht. I could have sworn it said something at parties, if 6 or more will be automatic 20% tip and you'll get the squirts. I'm pretty sure it said that on. All right, who's got a question? Oh, right here in the front row, this disturbed looking young man. Not as disturbed looking as I'm going to be when I start seeing this crap on the internet going, hey, you lost weight and you still look like hell. Like Burl Ives after a ringworm got him or something. Yes, I'm sorry. Were you guys around for the Friday debacle? When I barely made my panel. Some of you know I had to run out. God bless FX for keeping me working. But we go through, and it's kind of like parting with a kidney trying to get out of the hotel parking lot. In fact, I swear, the attendant checked my junk. I think she checked my junk before we left. I'm almost certain. And said that would be $600, and so we pay the price. And you can't argue because that toll thing that they sit in, that little booth, that actually is sovereign territory. Whatever nation these folks are from, I don't know if you know that, but the consul here in town for whatever country that is, that's actually protected. That's part of their embassy, so you can't argue with them. They're allowed to make the price up. Yeah, $342, and I get to look under your wife's top. Well, okay, Derb. And you try to read the name thing, and it's like, it would give Vanna White carpal tunnel syndrome trying to turn off. I'd like a cube, Pat. Yes, there are 17 of them. There's 7. They had a real bad run of it too, and I'm not being ugly. You guys know me. God knows everybody's fair game, if nothing. But I don't know if you caught it. For a while, they actually had tried to do, it was a speech impediment version of Wheel of Fortune. It's a true story. I'd like to buy okay, a T, no, a G, no, a C, no, a B, no, a D. It was horrible. It didn't go anywhere. It was just a terrible thing. And Vanna, they pumped her up and then they put her back at the normal size. Vanna, actually, I think they had a show with numbers too, and she couldn't get past 11. So, oh, come on. When did you get so sensitive? It's the prepped nipple cream I gave all of you last year. I told you it causes ultra-sensitiveness. Anyway, yes, we did make our session, but then I get in the parking lot, we fight all that, we come back, we give the kidney to park again. We get in the parking lot, my agent gets on the phone like the second we're in a space and goes, "You got another one in you?" So, oh, hey. Disco ringtone. There's no way on God's earth anything you put on a phone ringtone is going to sound good. Yeah, okay. So we did, we went back. I had to go all the way across town again, fight the parking attendant, the sovereign nation status, all that, so that I could say there's no party like a wedding party. And that was it. Then I had to get in the car and come back and fight the parking again. Another question from one of our, this is really weird with this lighting like this. My God. Yeah, back there, sir, the man with a beard who from here, I swear looks like one of the Smith brothers. I've enjoyed your cough-related products all day today. Now everyone's checking the guy out to say, "What's my school say?"
Do you get a sense of Schadenfreude that you've outlasted LaFontaine?
Oh man, you know, I mean, he was the king, and nice usage of Schadenfreude. How many of us know what Schadenfreude is? You know what it means? I'm guilty of it because today I watched a guy skating across the piss-laden bathroom like Peggy Fleming. He did a triple Lutz, hit his head in the urinal, and thought he was Irene Ryan for an hour and a half after. But it was okay. The ambulance came, gave him a Novocaine enema, and everything worked out. No, you know, Mr. LaFontaine was a great announcer, one of my favorites. This lady just has the most concerned look on her. Really, it's okay, I promise. Your boyfriend made you do this, didn't he? Come watch the stupid show. He's fun. It'll be great. Then later it'll be like, "No, you're not, no, get off of me. No, we're not doing that. We're not playing Grease Twister tonight." No, there'll be, and God bless the people who got in the suck section here. You're in the suck row, aren't you? Ooh, hey, wait a minute, a phone. Let's see who Daddy can call. Meeting Express Hotline. Let's see if anybody answers here. Hey, have I actually got somebody on the phone? Hey, what's your name? I'm sorry, quiet now so I can hear it. Tell me your name again. Jessica. Jessica, would everybody just make Jessica's day? She's getting paid shit here at the West. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Jessica, what are you wearing right now? I'm sorry, Jessica, that was totally uncalled for, and if anybody asks, it was Billy D. Williams. Daddy shows the worst. Daddy shows the worst. Your kidney's gonna burst, cause Daddy shows the worst. Man. I had a guy come by, told me last year he laughed so hard, honest to God, he said, "I shifted his kidney stone." I'm like, dude, couldn't you just tell me you leaked a little pee or something? I gotta hear about this man squirting out a bloody hunk of calcium. Oh, George Lowe, I love you. Slow motion. And the uncaring nurses at Grady, "I will help you out in the morning. Quit being such a pussy." More Vicodin, please. More Vicodin. My favorite thing about LaFontaine, I'll wrap your LaFontaine question up with, you got to love the video. I've got a video of him somewhere. He was at the back of his limo, AMC or somebody was asking him what it was like, and he's like, "You know it's a horror film if you're hearing this. You know it's an action film if you're hearing this. You know it's a romantic film if you're hearing this. You know it's a comedy if you're hearing this." You gotta love a guy who can just switch gears like that. Shut up, let him talk. and be able to pound into a whole other thing. Anyway, so what do you have? Is that a voodoo doll or what is that? A vibrator? I can't tell what that. She brought. Oh, look out, guys! She's got pleasure darts. And I'm glad Kidney Man is here. Let's see what's happening over here, shall we? Good evening, everybody. What do we? Oh, thank you. Hello. And look, half the room is empty. Daddy's really earning it this year. Oh, yeah. Well, the multiple lights of today's modern cameras. My mom just had it tested the neurologist with half as much bullshit as one picture. She had to sit there watching it. It looked like the Doors concert film. Look at this. I'm trying to hold the phone and go, like, you can't do it. I wonder if we should call Jessica again. No, I'm not going to. Jessica's probably going to send the unruly hotel security down to visit me if that's the case. Okay, let's go over here to the crappy seats. How you kids? Well, this man's drinking heavily. He's already lost the will to live. Let's just roast that liver now. Get that guy right the heck out of here. Mr. Liver, here's your walking papers. I can't process waste like I used to. Body impurities are not gonna bother me. What are you drinking? Iced tea? You lie. He's lying. Get him. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what else we've got over here. Another question, perhaps? Did I see? I saw my friend. Yes. Wait a minute. I'll do this like a pro.
How's your mom doing?
Mom is much better, thank you. Thank you very much for asking. We should call Mom. Let's see, we're going to say hello. Oh, yeah, find, you know, I always forget her number. I kid. It's a joke, for God's sake. Let's see if we can get Mom on one. You're hacking up phlegm. Whatever you do, don't let a kidney stone shift. You there? Hey! Wait a minute. Hold. Mom's phone is so fancy, she's got on hold. It's like, thank you for calling Mom. Someone will be right with you. Mom? Everybody say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom! That's the crap. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get you on speaker. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody.
I told him I felt, we love you, Mom. Thank you. She loves you, Mom. I told her I felt guilty leaving you in the house with a bag of chips and some opium.
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
I love you. She's had 40 years of this crap. The woman's got a hair trigger personality.
I'm not doing this. That's the end of this bull crap. And it would have killed Howard to call me once in a while.
That's right. Okay, who's got a question? Where are we going now? Man shifting uncomfortably in his seat looks like he has something to say. Either that or the boys are riding low like Grandpa. Turning into what we call the grandfather clock. Glandfather. Subconscious, always at work. The grandfather clock. Oh, we'll never make it to the kitchen. These just won't behave themselves. It's like a smaller version of that thing with the 5 balls that they sold in the 60s. In science museums. The perpetual motion of the grandfather clock. Yes, my friend. You know, I don't know. Nothing new that I know of, but they surprise me from time to time. Write and tell them. And there is a robot chicken coming up. Yeah. The return of the unicorn. And as I'm fond of telling all my young friends here, in the magical land of unicorns, there's no need for clothing. Although in some cases, not everybody should be wearing the Princess Leia harem outfit. I told Howard earlier, as one girl went by, God bless her, I said, that reminds me I've got to buy 60 gallons of coleslaw later. And a case of ricotta cheese. And some of those stress squeeze toys. Oh, sorry. I watched one of them sat down on the Sunday paper by accident. She peeled the whole Sunday funnies off. Just like the stuff, and you could stretch it. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, he's getting laugh face. Dun, dun. Quick, somebody get me some suppositories. And a quart of Valvoline. And we'll need some Brecht nipple rouge. Wait a minute, and a clothespin. You know, if you put yourself in a bad way, I'm not going to untwist them for you. That's not happening on my watch. All right, look at these two boys. It's the poor posture twins. There they are. Could they look less comfortable? I should talk. I'm starting to get all humped over. I'm humped over with values. All right, who's got a question? Where have we done? Yes, right here, my friend. Good Lord, if I had your hair, I'd set fire to mine. Look at this guy's hair. Stand up and show everyone your hair. Look at this hair. My goodness. Golly, it looks like Curly and Leif Schreiber pounded out a baby. Don't even know who the hell Leif Schreiber is. A better choice would have been Leif Erikson and Curly. Leif Erikson and Curly. See, now I'm correcting the joke. It's no good. It's like that thing that makes you cuss on your iPhone. Joke would have been funnier had the previous selection been made. Looks as if Carrot Top dyed hair and mated with Goldie Hawn. Thank you, joke correct. Yes, sir, your question. Oh, no, hell no. As Whitney Houston, rest her soul, would say, hell to the no. Oh, no. And you know what? I always heard he wouldn't sign any of that cult stuff. And some guy walked by today and held up a giant, like, neon cult sign with Billy on it looking smooth and saying, come on, get your swerve on. Hello there. I wanted to, oh, hey, another phone. Commissioner. Yes, Commissioner. Has everyone heard the Adam West story that I love to tell? I won't do it if you've heard it. You want it anyway? So like 9 years ago, some sick person said, come be in the parade. First mistake. They put me in the parade, then it really gets bad because some chucklehead walks up and hands me a megaphone.
Herb, let's buy the baby some bullets.
Well,
Let's get the baby some bullets, Herb.
I don't know, Inez. That might not be a good idea. They put me in the parade, and of course, 3 cars up is Adam West. In the Batmobile. All, God bless him, 107 years old. And I immediately start brutalizing the poor man. And he's in the Batmobile on top of that. Did I mention he's in like one of the 900,000 replica Batmobiles? I think Howard, correct me if I'm wrong, that year wasn't it like a Subaru instead of the Futura, and it was like a Subaru that somebody cut a bunch of cardboard tubes out of? Yeah, watch out for the Batarang there, Mr. West. Whatever. So the whole parade, I'm riding behind him. That's not the real Batman. The real Batman doesn't keep tucks in the utility belt. The real Batman doesn't keep suppositories in the utility belt. The real Batman doesn't wear a dress under the blue panties. I don't care what anyone says, those are blue panties. So the whole parade is going like that, and I'm getting shameful laugh after shameful laugh. And he's like 3 cars up going, hi. It's $600 if I sign that for you, because then it'll be a collector's item. So we get back to the room, of course, and God bless them, all the kids who enjoy the carbs have left early, so the place is a ghost town. That's when Adam picks his moment to come up to me with my empty autograph table not look me in the eye. It was one of these look past you just at the table, like, has his assistant with him, and he says, wow, Fred, things are really dead here at George's table. And it sounded just like Batman, so I loved it. But I forgot Lou Ferrigno, who, God bless him, my buddy Lou, who we know Lou has hearing issues. Lou thinks that Adam is really being mean to me and tries to console me by patting me on the back and go, don't worry about him, he's an asshole. So that's my Adam West story. Yeah. And I remember back in radio, here's probably one you didn't know, but in my real early days in radio here in Atlanta, we had him on once. He was in for the boat show or the auto show or something. And I said, Mr. West, I wrote this really funny script and we can do this thing and you'll be Batman and I'll be the bad guy. And what's the bad guy called, George? It's always Mr. Drool. But Mr. Drool can't bother you because you have your Bat extra absorbent underwear. And this is back before he would do anything really funny. You know, after Batman. He was still kind of Batman at that point. He looked at me and he said, but son, don't you see, that makes Batman sound as though he's not in control of himself. And I think I walked out of the room muttering, Batman's at the friggin' auto show this weekend. Spent an hour and a half writing this damn thing. Over here, hello, lovely people, hello. Wow, look from the back, you can't even tell what's going on there. It looks like the Wendy's girl and a unicorn. Are you a unicorn? Wee. In the magical land of unicorns, there's no need for clothing. Polish my magic horn. There, who wants to polish? I know you do. Polish my magic horn. This poor guy, if this guy, somebody, a nurse or doctor in here, just in case this guy codes. I'm afraid the other one's gonna squirt out another kidney stone. That's right. One lucky winner every hour. Speaking of winners, man, did you hear the thing on the news? The kid, and this is like twice this has happened now. Some kid gets stuck in one of those friggin' crane machines. Did you guys hear about that? I don't know, the parents were from Conyers or something. It took them like 9 hours and 16 rolls of quarters to get them out. Almost had him that time. Oh, you slippery little bastard. Okay, here's some more quarters. Come on, Junior. Mama, I almost had him. I got a toy, though. I got the harmonica. I didn't get him this, though. Wait, I almost got him. He's almost there. Oh, no, he slipped again, damn it. He slipped that way. See, it's funny because the crane machine, you have to put quarters in. Uh-oh, yes, he's showing me. See, I'm from Conyers. I'll talk slower. I kid with the youngsters. We all know what a literary hotbed Conyers is. I kid, they've got poetry readings, they have their own museum of drag racing. Which is really tough because you got to get the guys to agree on who's going to wear which outfit and be in which lane. No, you may be right. You might be right. It might not have been worth it on that one. Oh, let's see. What has it? Well, it's a nice voice coming out. Look. RCA Victor. Ooh, what is that I hear? Would it be my master's voice? Ooh, yes. Yes. What is that sound? I would lick myself if I could. Yes, sir. Right over here. The man in the fishing hat with the handlebar mustache. Did I get that? Are you on that hair show? What is that, on PBS? Are you on that hair thing? Are you one of those hair contest guys? Yeah.
Who's the most inebriated guest you ever had on Coast to Coast?
Oh, gosh. You know, could this have been thought out any more thoroughly? The architect was like, this will be where we bring people for shows. architect was drunk when he designed this damn thing. I'll just come over here next to the thermostat and this device, which we know, uh-oh, it's behind, oh, it's that. Becky and Earl knew they shouldn't have gone in grandmother's room. Oh, wait for it. Who's out there? It's not me, Grandma. Close the door. Who was the drunkest guy? I don't know. I don't know who was drunk. I know the Bee Gees showed up in bad shape. You know, who was it? Oh, no, Stipe was normal. Stipe was surprisingly normal. Hey, you ever get that feeling like you got stuff taken up in the corner of your mouth? And didn't say it to 400 people? Kidding. How do you do, sir? Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Bee Gees were probably the most obnoxious, which is why they had the least amount of time. 16, 18 seconds? Somebody time that and get back to me in the morning. 16 or 18 seconds, that's enough time for him to have sex. It's totally, wait a minute. It's happening again. I'm kidding. That's what you want to do. Come over and pretend you have electronic paddles to revive a sweaty guy. And it would only shock the attendant. No, you have an enchanting musk. Now who's got, I'm sorry. Now who's got a question? Thank heavens he's wearing his safety toe. Becky and Sue now can go to the beach any day they like.